Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur, programa ngagserbi kamang kenrang tayo iti gobyerno probinsyal. Lalo na, iti beneg iti sanggo niyang panlalawigan ti probinsya ng Ilocos Sur. Mangted tinanay ng informasyon kadagiti programa, proyektos, tulong, ken mga sister kadagiti ang problema nga OFW ang kalugaran tayo. Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur. Tinagaget, Produktibo Presiding Officer, the busy Governor of the Province of Ilocos Sur, Ryan Luis Singson, our main anchor, Ken Lito Javier, our co-anchor, Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur, at tuyen ngagsubli ngagserbi kada kayo, ang sipod, tada kayo ti inspirasyon mi, Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur, da kayo ti inspirasyon mi.
Good morning, 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 good morning. Good morning, Ilocos Surian, and welcome to Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur. Kumusta kayo amin na po? Sa pila kumatay ti piyaken karad ka, dada kayo manen, di sangwanan ti television nyo, through Facebook Live, Ilocos Heritage sa channel, paki-share, paki-follow, and then Eagle Vision Cable TV. Kumusta OFW? Sa pila kumata na Ryanniag apo iti masakbayan nyo, kaya nasalurat kayo met di tabalasyo tao. Hello, good morning. Hello manang Lisa Castillo, nakadayukan. Di tapay nagkita, nagbakasyon ka. Lakit bon voyage niya. Nagsubli di jay Pransya with love. Yan. Kaya nada kayo amin na po, nga balikbayan. Sir Ricardo Ferrilia, Sir Rick Ferrilia, good morning. Dita Camellia Homes sa Bantay. Dita tayo natatretoy. Kaya nagiti kabagyan na dita Kapangpangan, Balikbayan. Yan. And syempre, dagi tayo matadadta Middle East countries apong itireto yung oras ket I think parbangon da pelaang or tenga tirabii papagayam. Musta kita po? Happy viewing mat kada kayo amin ngawan tilabas na. Iti OFW apo ditoy Formosa, Taiwan. Yan, kastamit ditoy parte na po ti Japan. Ditoy parte ti South Korea. Digita-digitay adong OFW ken adong turista itata. Ditoy parte iti Taiwan ngamin ket nya pang tawag dali itatan spring datata mga kaibigan, ya. Panagsasabong digitay kay kayo apo napintas nga buybuyaan dita. Oray pa dito parte na iti Japan. La happy viewing kada kayo amin apo digitay adad abroad. Nagasat nga oras ken nyamang oras ti daytoy nga kanito apo. Dito mat pagiliante nga Pilipinas. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Ilocos Sur, good morning. Kumusta ti biyag? Manipod ti opisina na po busy Gobernador Ryan Singson. Siyempre, ti gayab kabsat yung kapidyo Lito Javier apo. Kadkaduendak ingana iti malpas na ito yung programa Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur. Happy viewing. Uy, kablawa man natin komadrek ni Mistet Kitebis dita Kawayan. Happy viewing. Alright, kaya siyempre, di kita yung matemplado ta Kapitolyo, lalo dita Vice Governor's Office, happy viewing, kada kaya amin, Ma'am Cara, kastamit kin ni Jami Lakaden, good morning. Alright po, idi kalman na po kailian, ket Mario Josep, nagdakas na tingiwa na ni dating presidente Duterte, ada na ito'y inyas ngaw naman ay, nga nagsawa na ti tangin na kung kuna naman diyan mga Marcos noon, Marcos ngayon kung kuna na di na sa lugar na dito nagpresidente mo't nga raw di na mga kumasinimpa na siya ti pagilyante nga Pilipinas idinto nga idiso na ti nagpresidente ket ti kaya na mangyari kay agbalin nga federal system ti gobyerno tayo apayan na nga tanga mo nga daydi ket charter change mo't lang daydi kaya na mangyari ide ululawan na lang ti tattao ngam di na mo nga ti Pilipino nakaadalan. Apo kailian. Ya? Edukado tayo aminan. Maski klaseng gobyerno, charter change pa rin yan. Pag may hakbang nagagawin, federal. Damagin nyo kini Apo Ben Pacris. Damagin nyo kada Sir Romeo Ponce. Ngay suda Apo iti agipagpag na ti federal dito Ilocos Sur ide. Agdi-discuss ka na iti radyo may panggap ti federal. Anong nangyari na? Mga kaibigan, di ba? Charter change din na noon yun. Nagadoke din. Tata, tilaga po na reta umuna. Dayjay kinalkalda dayjay intelligence pan ni Apo Vice President Inday Sara Duterte. May kadwa, dito'y kaso ni Apollo Kibuloy nga pada nga manyakis, mga kaibigan. Oh, pagbilbilibak na tayo di Apo, dayjay CMNI na. O rin no nga tirabi idi, buy-buyak, kasi nagpipindas na gitay music ministry na. O, yun pala, nagigigayam kat pagbalbalinan na nga sexy slave. Kinahal lang at Pilipinas matenti kaso na. Even in abroad, especially United States of America, maligipigi papan na Hawaii idi. Papagayam, nga natiliwan tinakadado apo nga paltog, pinending da na aeroplano na because of illegal possessions of firearms, mga kaibigan. Nya nga dagiti nga rod, baka tao nga rod. Dagiti nga aramiden namat, being a preacher ket hang kumamit ang ngasjay. Apo kailian. Ya, gasumpaya. So dagiti nga bambanag kay natitiriga na ngamin, no, ti may isang tao ket sumuporta iti kandidator, ti may isang politiko, ket pagkatapos, adan to nagiti anomalya, nga aramiden na, papagayam, ket makastigo, ay madinto ti rikna agi bakit tao, no, sinuportarang kamot iti lokaw, kung kunanan to diyayan, papagayam. So tatalita, no, lamot to stoak, let the justice role, diti pagiliante nga Pilipinas, kasi lamang kini Presidente Digong kanya nga rod na ti kaso nga harapin na ti panagpresidente na because of the makuna pong maskiling kadagidi nga panahon apo kailyan di harapin niya may batas naman iso na lawyer naging fiscal pay di ba ganun lang naman yon tapno ti kastapo kita nyo tahimik naman si BBM tungkol sa mga issue na ganyan trabaho at trabaho lang apo kailian nangadti magenda nga rod apo itata kasi syempre digiti mo ta po nga leaders tayo kada duma po not only BBM paadal na mo syempre adamo digiti priorities na kaslamo iso na idi ni Apo Duterte adamo digiti makuna political agenda na adamo digiti political agenda na kadagiti nga panawan nga priority na nga kaya na nga pa-aprobaran ken kitaan kaslang manita federal system kana insusulong na mo eta idi ano nga man niya nga rod? Lack of time. Kastama tataretoy charter change kaya da on the part of economic sector, mga kaibigan. Kasi siyempre, kaya damo apo nga mapapintas pa iti ekonomiya ti pagilyante nga Pilipinas. Kitaan tayo ang nasya at haantay nga dahi agpipinnersonal nga pulang iti dito nga banag. Saan ka ba naman nakakita ng isang bansa na iisa lang ang konstitusyon nila? Sa atin, ang dami na. At the time of Espanyol, at the time of Americans, at the time of peace war, at the pagilyante nga Pilipinas, meron na, ang dami na, ang dami na mga kaibigan. Kasi lang kumakin ni Apo, tiyempo ni Apo, naganan, El Presidente, Idi, kapanawon, General Emilio Aguinaldo, may konstitusyon na siya, mga kaibigan. Ni Macario Sakay, nga may isang revolusyonaryo, KKK member and officers, mga kaibigan, meron siyang sariling saligang batas. Di ba? Kadagiti nga panahon, mga kaibigan, kasi awa mo ti masurusurat, kanya, hindi tiyempo ti Americans, may sarili tayong saligang batas. Idi naikanta ti break, idi 1935, so na yan, 1935 Constitution. Nga sa dinukat, timugaw apo, dahil di Diyos talwad na nga Presidente Elpidio Quirino, di nga tiyempo, iso na po ti member ti Concon Delegate si Day. Kada gidi nga panahon, apo akailian. Di ba? Idi 1971, sino ya? Encarnacion. Idi, Ramon Encarnacion, dito yung first district. Godofredo Reyes, si second district, kada gidi nga panahon. Gagayam. Dagaya po ti Timugaw, 1971 Constitution. Idi 1987 awam mo tan da Father Joaquin Bernas puro amin taga UST kada dagitay mo tan na po taga UP dagitay Timugawon. So dagitoy mga kaibigan amoy patanda ang Pilipinas, syempre kailangan natin na baguhin for every 50 years pa di ako makatagsukat ti konstitusyon tayo taapay for that 50 years period mga kaibigan iba na nung 1987 iba ang pamumuhay ng mga Pilipino noon kulang lang, mahigit lang na 50 million ang populasyon ng Pilipino noon, mga kaibigan. Ngayon, more than 100 na. So, ibig sabihin, gusto at kailangan din natin na i-review at baguhin ang konstitusyon. Sunuan niya nga parte. Dagijay ti adalen. Tay ko na nga po, alangan mo nga di konstitusyon tayo. Kadagidi nga panahon pa lang, iso pa lang data, is not the same anymore, mga kaibigan. Di ba? Kasi umadumatan apo iti negosyo. Umadumatan. Kasla ko matata, di pagilian tayo nga Pilipinas, we are pushing our tourism industry. Paano mo maipupus yan kung limitado naman ang galaw ng mga dayuhan dito? Di naman sila pwedeng magnegosyo dito, mga kaibigan. Di ba? Ganon. So nga, dapat na lang ngamangted tayo matapos la ko for example, dagitay adda di abroad, dagitay balik din niya pangtawag mo mga yon, yung mga ibang lahi, kagaya ng mga Amerikano, kung gusto nilang mag-apply ng Filipino citizenship, meron ba? Wala, mga kaibigan. Di ba? Yung mga Pilipino na pumunta sa Amerika, na naghangad ng citizenship nila doon, okay, napagbigyan po sila, naging American citizens na po sila. Okay? Kung hindi po sila mag-apply ng dual citizenship dito sa ating bansa, ay limitado ang galawan nila, mga kaibigan. Di ba? Ganon. So, dapat i-review amin, dagitay nasisirib, nga advocates tayo po itibiyang iti konstitusyon ti pagilyantay nga Pilipinas. Kung ano po yung nababagay ngayon at sa darating pang 50 years, yun po ang dapat natin pagtuunan ng pansin. Hindi po yung nakaraan, mga kaibigan. Yung kasalukuyan and beyond 50 years. Dagijay po ti makita nga dapat nalaeng. Teko na nga din, dapat hangis stagnant. Apay gitdi ang amin. Ngano konstitusyon ti pagpapatangan kay numero 1 lat tapo nga dayjay sumrek ti panunot ti tao. Nakita kami nakatugaw kaya da kami tagpaut iti pwestuda. Uray pa'y nga awan ti constitutional change, mga kaibigan, makapagpao dala ta pwesto da, apay. Apay, ni Mayor, ni Tatang, ni Mayor, manutawad na, agtawad na 80, nagmay Mayor pelaang. Ito nung nalpas na 9 years nga na, insubla na ni Baka na. Nalpas ni Baka na, mabalinto na di anak na nga panganay, isubla na ito ni panganay. Nung nalpas to di panganay, di ito may kadwa, may kalo, may kapa. 50 years in service dan, mga kaibigan. Ngagmay mayorin di tanga ilit. 30 years, 50 years. Sino ba? Which is true, which is which, mga kaibigan. Same banana, ikula sa ba, di ba? Kasi po ti pananaw ko ta. Gagayam ka na po, kailan. I-break na lang one term, agsublinto manan, parang ganon. Tingamin ko kuwenda dito, lap-lap danda, dijay parte apo nga makapag times 2, makapag-take 2, dahil ag presidente. Idol tayo ti United States of America, idol tayo ti Australia, idol tayo po dahil ti daddo mga countries nga nagbaba ng apay nga di tayo nga i-pattern nga di sistema nga kaya tayo nga mangyari, kanyada. Di ba? Sila kung United States of America, mabali mo ti take 2, 5 years, mga kaibigan. Di ba? Ganon. Di damo, di mawatan, no, kasama sistema at eleksyon di Amerika. Pero, lately, nawatakon. Kasta kumamo dito yan tayo, nataltal na kuma. Inuti yan tayo mga amin, biba botse mga amin, agbotos tayo amin, agpili tayo amin, mga kaibigan. Hambang nga kasla Amerika nga by regions, iti agpili tayo ti mangirepresentar kada tayo, kasla kumano ti partehan na kumati Metro Vigan. Dati duwa ko mga representar kada tayo ti panagpili ti presidente. Mga kasjay, mga US ito so dayjay tiriga na. So ado ti baguhin iti konstitusyon. Ngam ti mangyari tatta ken Apo Duterte ignitin na laang. May issue naman eh. Siyempre yung karapatan naman ng bawat isa, bawat mamamayan. Datayon to pa apo nga napapanglaw, kaya datayo pa nga small laang, small time. Yan, nga negosyante. Sumursurot tayo pa iti patakar. Siyempre, for example nga, nagbati nga kaso, mga kaibigan, swindling. Ha? Yay, nagsipdot ka lang. Oh. Kaswanda ka, noong pag-abogadong pagpiyensam, mabalod ka. How much more jay, kung natayo po nga human trafficking, rape, yeah? Kaya amin-aminin, mga kaibigan, nga nagadong nga kaso ni Pastor Apollo Kibuloy, gapot a pastor isunan, awan ti batas nga mabalin nga mga sagid kenkwanan, parang ganun ang gusto ni former President Rodrigo Duterte. Ay nako, hindi po pwede yon, mga kaibigan. Tantandan tayo po, adalintag ti pagilyante nga Pilipinas, ti kunada nga rode na po, niya, no one is above the law, mga kaibigan. Habang andito ka sa Pilipinas, may batas yan, pero diskarte mo lang kung malusutan mo yon o hindi. Ganun lang yon. Po kayo Mariusep. Ang isto, sila kumadita parte na apo iti, parte ti kalsada. No pinara na ka, pinagdown na ka ti traffic aid, sigurado ada violation mo. Manong traffic aid niya, violation ka. One helmet mo ading ka. Pinara na ka ti highway patrol group. One side mirror mo. Pinara na ka ti task force kalsada. Makapleng nga mapler, mga kaibigan. Yang ti baga maron, potot nak ni Lito Javier, kung nanang around, mga kaibigan. Apay gapot-potot na kan, libre ti aming nga wagasay. Madi ati kasjay. Di ba? May ano naman, makiusap ka, manong. One side mirror ka, awan pa lisensya, apay di lang mabaling nga na diyan malaka, babaan, basay, tited mo kanyak ng weltakong ka, nagrigat, ti panagbiag, makiusap ka gagayem ka na po kailyan. Kaslama kanya tayo, no, da kumakasom kung mga pangarigan, within 10 days, ada subpina mo, kailangan sumbatam, anya bra, mapangkamang kita abogadom another 15 days, adan to man subpina mo, kailangan agparang kayo korte, agmediate kayo, mapangka apay kay ding hanggang nga mapanan. Apo kailian, di ba? Karbang mo day jay. Anya nga nagpatangkang kalatang rodan, kasla ko makinya po Kibuloy, ay badala nga di senadon for inquiry nga kayat. Gagayam ka na po kailian. Mabaling nga tikas jay mate. Irespeto tayo mat apo ay tilintag. Irespeto tayo mat apo nagitig mga panday lintag. Gagayam ka na po kailian. Ganun lang naman yon. Iso nga rod, sila ko makanya tayo kuma for every district iti pagilyan tayo at dati House of Representative tayo. Imbaon tayo di pagpandayan lintag nga iti membro ti House of Representative ta isuda apo iti mangidalan kada tayo ditoy. For example ko mga kaibigan, ni ko Congressman Ronald, kaya iti charter change, agpa-survey suna. Data yung taga Persistrate, kaya itin tayo gusto nga survey. Di to mati pagpandagan na po congressman, di distrito, kasi kung nanan to ba. Same as with Congresswoman Mi Hansingson, pa-survey mat. Same as with me, overwhelming support of 98% of the second district people of Ilocos. Kung katanto mat di kongreso. Ganun yun mga kaibigan. So nga binutusan tayo, so dapat tayo ti mangi representar kada tayo diyay pagpandayan lintag. Irespeto tayo mat anong bangad serbi ng data po House of Representative no kada Philippine Senate. Di po ba? Ganun ho naman yun. So nga nagadoki din yung che-che-che-buritchen. Pagbalik. Tapos agsaw pa iti nagdakas ito yung dati nga presidente sa bagay. Dahil mat tinakabigbigan na dito. Ada nga sa bali mate. Ada nakabigbigan na nga sa bali nga presidente. No nga dahil pinagsauna apo iti dakes mga kaibigan. So pala ti presidente nga agsaw ti in front of everybody at ti dakes. Sa totoo lang. Kaibigan ko ang China kung kunanay di na nga ginaramid. Kukunin ko na lang yung naganan ni jay pagluganan nan mag-i-speedboat ako kung kunana mga kaibigan manapunta sa West Philippine Sea kung kunana Mariusap, di naman inaramid in any single move, di naman bimisita US Philippines eh. Napanji China, di naman nga pinakiusapan nga handa gargarawan dito yung parte ti West Philippines eh. Tata, ano nga yung mangyari ngayon? Gasan data, agpabetak na pa iti miselon. Yan, dumanong pa yung ganat ti Sanchez Mira Cagayan deta Debrinan. Dito probinsya tayong Ilocos Sur, at dati limang speedboat, tugboat, mga kaibigan nga simmanglad, tinaodi, di parula tago din. Di ba? Anya rin nakita da di jay. Nakita da, gagayam ka na po kailan. Residyo apo iti shabu. Ano pa din na duma, nga nakita da di jay. Dagito kat nagapot China, suspected nga dagito kat nagapot China, nagningi na dagito apong speedboat. Basta inabandonada latan. Pagbalinan damatan nga transshipment points apo ti legal dito pagilyante nga Pilipinas dagito nga Chinese. Okay, nya nga rod. Mga kaibigan, bye-bye antay latta ka din na po nga kastoyan sitwasyon tayo dito pagilyante nga Pilipinas ay na po kailan laman hamot ang mabalin data iso nga roda po nga papapigsayan damat iti armada iti West Philippines baka kunada so baka nuhan nga makontrol na ito magkakaroon po tayo ng digmaan dyan sa laot kunada ada kanugubat apo dita taaw papagayam apay patinggal lang at tayo taaw ti gubat haddan to nga tumakdang dagito dagijay might okay. No once nga renout damat ti pagilyante nga Pilipinas sakit sa bali mat apo ti mapasamak talagang nga World War 3 manayn ano kas pangarigan bilang laangan angam hantay maten apo ang kadinang itulok ti kasjayay ta nagriga lang at panagbiyagan tapos kastoy pa lang ti mapasamak to sungad nga simpayon tayo ti konstitusyon tayo nayon na amin digita ta digitay investors or kino Chinese mga kaibigan no kaya dati agnegosyo to sa totoo lang yung mga Chinese na yan sila naman ang naunang negosyante sa Pilipinas during the barter time ore pay kadigiti tiyempo nga ingana tatta kita nyo digiti drakil negosyo nito puro mga Chinese Go Kong Wei Henry C ang dami-dami di ba puro mga Chinese mga kaibigan so ibig sabihin panahon na para naman ma-review, mapag-aralan mabuti ang saligang batas ng ating pinakamamahal na Pilipinas, mga kaibigan. Di po ba? That's the beauty of it now. Pero wag naman yung below the belt po ang banatan sa ere. Sobra naman yan. Parang hindi naman His Excellency, si dating Presidente Rodrigo Duterte, mga kaibigan. In due respect sa nakaupo, bigyan natin siya ng pagkakataon. Gaya rin niya noong araw. Siya naman noon rinespeto naman siya, mga kaibigan. May ginawa bang hindi maganda? May salita ba siyang nadinig sa mga galing sa mga kampo ng Marcoses? Wala naman di po ba, mga kaibigan? Wala naman. Kung gusto niyang ipalaban noon si Sara Duterte, pwede naman. Ba't di niya ginawa? Nag-file si kandidatura si Senador Bongo. Bakit bumaliktad, mga kaibigan? Ba't di nila tinuloy? Di ba? Pero ngayon, dada siya ng dada. Na ano lang under investigation lang yung friend niya si Kibuloy, mga kaibigan. Yung mga kaso na hinaharap ni Kibuloy, hindi naman hersema ngayon. Ang dami naman lumalabas na kaso, di ba ba? Dami naman nagwi-witness sa mga kaso na yan. Hindi lang dito, pero international po yun. So, wag naman ganun sana. Kawawa naman yung nakaupo, mga kaibigan, porque hindi na sumasagot, di ba? Ganun lang naman. Ngayon, may nagpapalakpakan, may naghihiyawan sa mga banat ni dating Presidente Duterte. Alam nyo ba yun? Alam nyo bang ginagawa ninyo? Eto na naman, hati-hati na naman tayo. Gusto niya, mga kaibigan, may isina ka no apo ti Mindanao. Ba't di niya ginawa noong araw nung siya ay nakaupo, 6 years as President, taga Mindanao, first Mindanaoan President. Yes, that's true, mga kaibigan. Pero ano ba, naisip na ba yun noong araw, nung siya ay nakaupo? Wala naman, di ba? Wala naman lumutang na ano. Ang pinalutang lang yung federal system. Si constitutional change din yun kasi ibang klaseng gobyerno yon, mga kaibigan, di ba? Federal, hindi po presidential. Under our own constitution, nasa presidential po tayo. Pag binagong federal, ibig sabihin, yun mga kaibigan, maiiba na, di ba? Pati term limits, maiiba. So, ganun ho yun. Kaya, same banana equals saba, di ba? Lahat naman ng mga nanungkulan sa atin ay nagmungkahi na baguhin ang konstitusyon, mga kaibigan. Since and ever before, di po ba? Not only the start of Marcoses, even on the past, mga kaibigan, review your political history. Ang dami pong nagtangkang palitan ng ating konstitusyon, mga kaibigan. Tingnan nyo, the time of Diosdado Macapagal, siya po yung pinaka head ng Constitutional Assembly at that time, mga kaibigan. Nag-review. Panahon ni Marcos, napalitan ng konstitusyon. Tumagal po yan. At the time of Marcos, may mungkahi din na papalitan ulit. Pero hindi po nagawa. Kaya nag-EDSA na lang sila. Yun, pagkatapos ng People's Revolution, charter change agad ang inatupag nila, mga kaibigan. After 1996, 87 na, dyan na yan. Andali. Di po ba? So, at the time of Fidel Ramos, charter change na naman. At the time of Gloria, charter change na naman. At time of charter change na naman. Ang daming nangarap. Nagkaroon po tayo ng panibagong batas, panibagong saligang batas. Pero meron ba? Mga dagas na taanga, ilay damat, ikards da, apay kuma, nakasimanan ti pagturungan na, agkakasiribet, well represented maten amin na po nga sulit ti pagiliante nga Pilipinas, nakadado nga probinsya, 80 provinces, mga kaibigan, plus, ang dami na yung mga party list na yan, na nakaupo doon sa Kongreso, di ba? Well represented na po tayo, ang dami pang mga NGOs, ay nako. So, sige, tingnan lang natin kung ano pong mangyayari sa Pilipinas, mga kaibigan. Sana wag ngayon kasi naghihirap po tayo. Ang dami po yung walang trabaho, mga kaibigan. March 13 po ngayon. Ako talaga naman. Good morning to one and all. Dami yung mga nagsiseminar dito sa lalawigan ng Ilocos, entire province of Ilocos region at saka Mimaropa. Andito po sila. Kaya kagabi, nakadado po nga tao dito Kalye Crisolugaw. Para Joseph, parang pista. Okay, commercial break muna tayo, mga kaibigan.
Paapo ka diti makay ayo abuya iti uneg iti pagtaingam. Anya man nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase iti silaw ada didati chandelier LED lights kenda tumapay. Kasabay karigiti agkakapintas at toilet bowl, wall claddings, stainless na lababo, kasamit din na
magpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo, ken mangisakit kariti empleyado, ken miyembro na. Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives, wala NSCC, ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayin medit na mayat alangin-langin, ken kooperasyon, dagiti miyembro, ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinagduroasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti nainayon ang kasdek, akas ti NSCC Farm. Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza, ken NSCC Business Center. Isungan niya pelang ter orayem, makikaptengkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives, suman na NSCC. Imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Gibina Kenny.
Ryanniag ti Ilocos Sur, programa ngagserbi.
Ang init naman dito sa kotse mo, pare koy.
Sira na naman kasi yung aircon niya eh.
Sira na naman? Di ba kapapaayos mo lang kahapon? Pare, punta ka na kay Elmer Romero ng Romero's Car Aircon. A real air conditioning expert. 100% guarantee. Nakatipid ka na? Aircon mo, long life pa. Kaya punta na sa Romero's Car Aircon. The Denso Authorized Service Center with well-trained technician of Denso Philippines. Hindi lang basta aircon. Romero's Car Aircon. Located at National Highway, Balaling, and Agay, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. For information, call or text 0939-922-8485.
Bag-al daw kayo aming kailian, siya ni Jean Paclev de Guzman, may isang legit and authorized distributor ni I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley ni Miss Maritani Fernandez nga nagkaputi Australia. Dating barley tayo at 100% nga organic, kasama din na FDA approved, halal certified, can adaan pa iti super brand seal. Dating of barley tinakatulong ka ni Miss Maritani Fernandez, iti sakit na nga cancer, kati umusan iti 22 years cancer-free isun na. Ni I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley tayo, katandaan iti 68 micronutrients, karaman ng iti amino acids, enzymes, vitamins, and minerals. Isungan ang pasmasal ka iti problema iti high blood, cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, kaya nadunga pa yung ananayan, ipadas mo iti I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley, na sigurado na makatulong din kayo iti sa lugar. Disclaimer na, tibarli tayo kat saan nga maaramat na pangagas, yung basket di, day tigat may salaang na alternatibo, nga mabalin nga makatulong, kadagiti ang yaman nga an-anayan tayo. Tapos mapadas nyo iti visa ti I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley, mabalin nyo iti tumawag iti numero 0999-880-3995 or 0935-681-7229. Again, siya ni Jean Paclev de Guzman, may isang legit and authorized distributor ti I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley from Australia.
Lisensya ba ang problema mo?
Yes,
Jaila Driving School ang puntahan mo.
I love it.
A driving school accredited by LTO. They offer TDC or Theoretical Driving Course. Kailangan ito para magkaroon ka ng Student Permit. PDC naman or Practical Driving Course para sa mga kumukuha ng mga non-prof or professional driver's license. Upgrading of restriction codes. Ito naman para madagdagan ang klase ng sasakyan na pwede mong imaneho o di kaya ang Special Driving Course para sa mga gustong matuto ng tamang pagdadrive ng motorsiklo, tricycle, four wheels, manual or automatic, at iba pa.
It's great to learn these.
Jaila Driving School. Garantisado ang serbisyo. Mababait at masisipag pa ang mga magtuturo sa inyo.
You got it right.
Kaya madali kang matuto.
Beautiful day.
Jaila Driving School with its main branch located along Quirino Boulevard, Barangay 9, Kuta, Vigan City. And soon, Sinait Branch located National Highway, Kalanutian, Sinait, Ilocos Sur. Enroll now at Jaila Driving School. Put the key in the ignition. Invest in driver's education. For inquiries, call 0966-981-0745 or 0922-867-4357 or visit their Facebook page, Jaila Driving School. Enroll now.
Welcome to JNC Resort of Kawayan is now open to serve you. One of the best and widest resort in the province of Ilocos Sur, where you can find the widest pavilion that can accommodate more than 1,000 people. That good for wedding, seminars, conferences, and others. Relax and enjoy with the bar. Picnic grounds, clean villas for family and friends. Cadena de Amor Music Lounge, Bamboo Kubu Hut, the best and clean swimming pool with slide, JNC Resort with widest parking area. What you are waiting for? Come relax and enjoy at JNC Resort of Kawayan, Don Lorenzo Querubin, Kawayan, Ilocos Sur. For reservation, please contact cell phone number 0917-135-8977. JNC Resort of Kawayan at gmail.com. JNC Resort of Kawayan, owned and managed by JNC Resort of Kawayan Incorporated.
As the heritage province of the North reopens to tourists, it launches the all-new Tour Ilocos Sur app. A quick guide to Ilocos Sur at your fingertips. Find the best tourist spots. Hotels. Bars and restaurants. And authentic Ilocos Sur products and food. Be updated on upcoming events, plus get notified on the important announcements and updates. Available for global download on Android and iOS. The Tour Ilocos Sur app. Historical becomes digital.
I'm pleased to welcome you here on your first visit as President of your country. For us, it is extremely important to note that we had a very good exchange of views. We were able to touch upon all the issues that are of relevance for both our countries, but also for the relationship between Europe and the Indo-Pacific region per se. Germany aims to further broaden its commitment and engagement in the Indo-Pacific. We aim to diversify our imports from other countries in the world, and we want to make a contribution towards ensuring that we have as many partners as possible so as to avoid creating dependencies. And the Philippines is a very important partner for us in Southeast Asia. We have a long tradition on which we can build, Mr. President. We can look back to 70 years of a bilateral relationship, and we aim to further deepen and expand that relationship. It is important for us that we make further headway in the economic sphere. We have thus expanded for investment guarantees, which is also meant to attract and make it easier for German companies to invest in the Philippines. We cooperate very closely on the issues of raw materials, commodities, something that is very important for us because the Philippines happens to be home to many important minerals like nickel, and we would like to help the Philippines in better extracting and also processing these minerals. We also believe that it is important that we have the necessary framework conditions. Free trade agreements play a part here. As you may know, Germany has always been strongly supporting free trade agreements and the freedom of trade, and we aim to make further headway with regard to negotiating such an agreement and partnership with the Philippines, but also with all the member countries of ASEAN. We believe that that would be a major step forward, and therefore it played an important part in our talks today. The Philippines have a treasure of a very well-skilled workers. This is also relevant for our health sector. As I reported to the President, that as a lawyer, when I worked as a lawyer, I represented Philippine seafarers, seamen. So that, again, is a very important area of cooperation, and we want to make progress in the future in that regard too. We want to expand our mobility partnership, our migration and mobility partnership, and it is also our aim to do this in a very concrete fashion, to enshrine it, put it into the letter, so to speak. And our Federal Employment Agency plans a placement agreement with your country and its respective counterpart, so as to improve the framework for the cooperation that we aim to have in the future with your country. Of course, we also touched upon the issue of climate protection. It's a central issue, especially with regard to the Philippines. The Philippines is one of the countries that is amongst those hardest hit by the impact of climate change. It is therefore has been the policy of the Philippines to ensure that it is not as strongly affected as people may fear. So cooperation on protecting us from the impact of climate is also an important priority. It is important for all of us that we can make sure that the world adheres to certain rules, that it does not aim to change borders through the use of violence. And that will guide our actions in the future too. I believe that both of us are in close agreement, are very committed in that regard. This is especially true with respect to the questions that are very much at the top of our agenda these days. When you look to the European region, Russia's attack on Ukraine has had an effect on the world at large. The economic impact is dramatic, but our position has been very clear. We have condemned Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine. We believe it to constitute a horrible violation of international law. Russia is trying to expand its territory through the use of violence, and that is something that we cannot accept. It is a violation of territorial integrity, of the territorial integrity of Ukraine, and I can only speak on behalf of my own government and country. We will do whatever we can to support Ukraine in defending itself. We are already amongst those who provide the greatest support to Ukraine, not only in financial terms, but also by delivering weapons. We also had a detailed exchange of views about the recent developments in the South China Sea. Here again, it is about adhering to international law, ensuring the freedom of navigation. And we are working to ensure that the UN Convention on the Law of the Sea is being adhered to by all its parties that have signed up to it. Peaceful development and the peaceful settlement of conflicts and disputes is important here. As early as in 2016, the Philippines have taken an important decision in that regard. Generally speaking, we want to do whatever we can to help settle tensions or address tensions in a peaceful manner. The negotiations on a code of conduct for the South China Sea is therefore of the utmost importance. ASEAN is a very important actor in the region. We are aware of the added value that the cooperation with ASEAN has in that regard. We have set ourselves an ambitious agenda. We have been able to talk about very concrete projects today, and we are aiming to lay this down in a roadmap for the further development of our relations. I, for one, would like to thank you, Mr. President, for your visit. It has been a very important signal for the friendship between Germany and the Philippines and the expansion of our relationship.
Thank you very much, His Excellency Chancellor Olaf Scholz. I'd like to greet also the members of the German delegation and the delegation that has accompanied me here. Good afternoon. First and foremost, I would like to express my appreciation to the Chancellor for his gracious invitation for me to come and visit Germany. I am very pleased as Germany is a very important partner to the Philippines. And I'm honored that this visit coincides with the 70th anniversary of diplomatic ties between the Philippines and Germany, which were established in October of 1954. I look forward to the commemorative activities to be undertaken here in Germany and in the Philippines in the coming months. My meeting with Chancellor Scholz was productive and insightful. We discussed the importance of advancing peace and development in the Philippines. As like-minded partners, we reaffirmed our commitment to promoting the rules-based international order, extending our commitment beyond our own regions to contribute to the broader global community. On defense cooperation, Germany has been providing training to the personnel of the Armed Forces of the Philippines since 1974, making Germany the second oldest formal defense partner of the Philippines. And I express the Philippine government's openness to discussions on cooperation that go beyond training and into new areas such as cyber and maritime domains. I also express our appreciation for Germany's continuous support for the capacity building of the Philippine Coast Guard. Before my arrival to Germany, the joint declaration of intent on strengthening cooperation in the maritime sector between our two countries' transport agencies was already signed. I am heartened by Germany's increased interest in enhancing maritime cooperation between our two countries, and I welcome more initiatives to enrich this relationship. We also discussed ways to enhance trade and investment. Germany was the Philippines' 11th trading partner in 2023 and has been a major source of foreign direct investment. We welcome the presence of notable German companies to our country that have been there for a while, such as Siemens, Lufthansa, Deutsche Bank, Bayer, Bosch, amongst others. I underline the Philippines' strong economic outlook with a GDP growth of 5.6% in the last year, outpacing some other economies in our region. Our economic dynamism is driven by strong domestic consumption, supported by a diverse labor market, a growing services industry, and remittances from our overseas workers. Investing in the Philippines is now a more attractive option, given the legal reforms that allow full foreign ownership on certain sectors, such as railways, airports, expressways, telecommunications, and renewable energy. We continue to find ways to build upon our already strong economic collaboration, taking it to new heights. The Philippines would like to cooperate in the areas of manufacturing, construction, and infrastructure, IT BPM, innovation and startups, as well as renewable energy and minerals processing. Climate change and cooperation between countries is also a significant facet of the partnership between the Philippines and of Germany. I thank Germany for its leadership and commitment in the field of climate finance and its strong support for the Loss and Damage Fund created at the 28th United Nations Climate Change Conference in Dubai last year. I conveyed the Philippines' bid to host the Loss and Damage Fund Bank in the Philippines. We also recognize the important contribution of Filipino healthcare workers and the other overseas Filipino workers to the culture and to the economy of Germany. Noting Germany's interest in expanded labor cooperation to include other Filipino skilled workers and professionals, the Philippines reaffirms our commitment to ensure the protection of the rights and welfare of Filipinos around the world. Towards this end, our countries have signed the renewal of the cooperation program between the Technical Education and Skills Development Authority and the Federal Institute for Vocational Education and Training during my visit here in Germany. Both sides are also working towards the conclusion of the Memorandum of Agreement on the placement of skilled workers and other professionals. We will continue to work on other agreements across various areas of cooperation and look forward to their conclusion in the near future. On regional and international matters, I thank Chancellor Scholz for Germany's staunch support for international law, including the 1982 UNCLOS. Our shared commitment to international law strengthens our partnership and creates a favorable atmosphere for working together on global issues. I reiterated that the Philippines remains committed to addressing issues through dialogue and consultation. Yet the Philippines, like any sovereign state, will continue to firmly defend its sovereignty, its sovereign rights and jurisdiction in accordance with international law. On Ukraine, I assured Chancellor Scholz of the Philippines' continued support. We reiterate our call on concerned parties to seek a peaceful and diplomatic resolution to the conflict, recalling the 1982 Manila Declaration on the Peaceful Settlement of International Disputes, which reaffirms the principle that all states shall settle their disputes by peaceful means. On the Middle East, I highlighted the Philippine government's concern over the 2 million Filipinos present in the region. The Philippines continues to urge all parties to exert restraint, to prevent escalation, and to work towards a peaceful resolution of the conflict. It was indeed a fruitful and enriching discussion with you, Chancellor Scholz. I wish to express my heartfelt appreciation to the government of Germany, the German people, for their gracious hospitality extended to me and the entire Philippine delegation. I eagerly anticipate this continuation of our strong partnership for another 70 years or more. With confidence, I believe we can deepen our relationship and collaborate for the mutual prosperity of both our countries. Thank you.
The first question, please.
President and Mr. Chancellor, German Foreign Minister Annalena Baerbock earlier said that the Philippines and Germany have agreed to boost its maritime cooperation in the South China Sea. What assistance is Germany offering to the Philippines to help us defend against China's aggression in the West Philippine Sea? Thank you.
Ich habe es eben schon gesagt.
As I said earlier, respect for international law is of the greatest importance to us. This is, of course, equally true. I will repeat what I said. As I said earlier, respect for international law is of the greatest importance for us, and the same is true for the laws, international law that govern international navigation. We have the UN Convention on the Law of the Seas. We've got an arbitral tribunal, which happens to have its sea in my hometown, Hamburg, that is, and important judgments have been passed over the course of the year. I believe it to be very important that each and everyone adheres to the legislation in place. We've talked about this today, as I said, and I made it clear that we support the Philippines in ensuring that the rights are being protected.
Eine Frage an den philippinischen.
A question to the President of the Philippines in the South China Sea, also regarding the South China Sea. China has submitted new proposals aimed at avoiding a conflict. Your government has expressed its skepticism and rejection. Could you perhaps explain to us what your criticism is of these proposals submitted by China? Chancellor, as regards Ukraine, we have received different statements with regard to the conflict from the members of the European Union. I'm not talking about the ground conflict. The Hungarian president, after having met President Trump, Mr. Trump, made it clear that Trump, would he become president, were to say no more penny was to go into Ukraine. And he also wants that the member states of NATO increase their contribution to NATO on defense to 3%. So what could you say with regard to these two proposals? No more funds to Ukraine, no more financial support to Ukraine.
It is not really for me to comment on what might be the results of the upcoming presidential election in the United States and the policies that the new president or the re-elected president will undertake. But we of course watch with great interest and we relate all those policies towards, for example, NATO to the situation back home, back in our region in the Indo-Pacific. On the first part of the question, we have not rejected any proposals that China has made to us. But the premise is something that we question. And with that premise that China has made is that their territory is, follows what is now described as a 10-dash line. This is not recognized by any country, any international body, certainly not by the Philippines. Our baselines have been well established for years now. We have the economic zone that China has already intruded upon. And until that premise that China has made in terms of all its discussions with the Philippines, then it's very difficult to see a way forward, because it is, for myself, for example, as I always explain, when I took office, I took an oath to defend and support the Constitution of the Philippines. The first article of the Constitution of the Philippines is the article that describes and defines the territorial area, maritime and land-based territory of the Philippines. And it is my duty, I have no choice but to defend that, and we will continue to do that.
The European Union has taken decisions to provide substantial financial support to Ukraine. We have agreed on a multi-annual financial planning that includes budgetary support, and that will cover the next few years, which constitutes a substantial contribution towards stabilizing Ukraine, its government activity, and the economic development of the country. In addition, it is clear for all of us that we also have to assist Ukraine by providing weapons. You may be aware of the fact that Germany has earmarked more than 7 billion euros in that regard, and all the pledges we've made so far, starting with what we've already delivered since the war broke out and what we've pledged for the future, this amounts to 28 billion euros, almost $30 billion. My position is that we have to continue to support Ukraine, and I'm talking not only Germany here, but I'm talking of all the members of the European Union. We have to be at the side as long as it takes for Ukraine to be able to defend itself. And I'm sure and confident that that is also going to be the position of the European Union in all the upcoming decisions. When I think back to the decision we took last year and the decision we took at the beginning of this year, the likelihood that we will be able to reach agreement on this in that regard is quite obvious. Generally speaking, I express my general commitment to the obligations we entered into. 2% of our economic output is to go into defense. And for us to be able to achieve that massive increase, Germany set up a special fund, and we've roughly 80% of that fund is already earmarked for projects and expenditure. And we will also have reach the 100% by the end of the year. This has to be funded from our budget, despite the fact that this is a major challenge. I am happy to note that almost all European partners that happen to be members of NATO are aiming to achieve in a similar vein, this objective. This constitutes major progress, I believe.
Good afternoon, Mr. President and Mr. Chancellor. The two transportation agencies of both Germany and the Philippines signed the joint declaration of intent to strengthen cooperation in the maritime sector. I have two questions related to this. First, what forms of cooperation do we expect from this agreement? And what specific outcome does Germany and the Philippines expect or have in mind in facilitating maritime trade and mobility? Thank you.
Deutschland ist ein Land,
Germany is a country that has or owes a large part of its economic upswing of the past 2 years to the fact that we have been able to recruit and attract professionals from all over the world, and that they have done their bit to ensure that the tasks that have to be addressed in this country are actually addressed. Amongst those countries that are home to many of the professional workers who've come here is the Philippines, and we want to ensure that the framework conditions are further are improved further. We're working with the Philippines in an area that is of great importance and characteristic for the German area. We aim to enhance our cooperation here in the field of vocational training. German vocational training is something that is of the greatest importance for the quality of the work that is provided. Yes, those are we have students that have studied at German universities, but we excel especially because of our vocational education and training. So this is a good area for cooperation between the Philippines and Germany, and I believe it too important that we also focus on this area of vocational education and training, and that we continue to cooperate closely in this sector, because I believe that that will enhance the opportunities of workers from the Philippines who set out to work abroad, to live abroad, and to engage there. The legislation that we've just passed lay the foundation and make it a lot easier for people to have access to the German labour market. I believe it to be probably the most advanced and modern legislation in that regard. We know that our prosperity and growth depends on professional workers from outside, and we want to create favourable conditions for them here. We aim to enhance our cooperation and improve our cooperation here. We have a great interest in seeing this come about. It is something that is befitting our time, the fact that the world is growing together as a consequence of globalization.
To begin my answer, I'll give you a more detailed answer on the maritime cooperation. We already have many exchanges with Germany in terms of training for our armed forces, and of course the Coast Guard as well. And that we have agreed with the Chancellor to expand that because it really it has to be recognized that the South China Sea handles the 60% of the trade of the entire world. So it's not solely the interest of the Philippines or of ASEAN or of Indo-Pacific region, but the entire world. And that's why it is in all our interest to keep it as a safe passage for all international commerce that goes on in the South China Sea. And I say on a more general aspect, certainly the Philippines is looking to transform its economy. That transformation can only occur when our workforce is, I think the buzzwords that everybody uses now is upskill and reskill. And we look to Germany for much of that training, especially since we are very much immersed now in the digital space, and the high technology requirements for the workforce. The training for high technology jobs in the workforce is something that will be necessary to keep our economy thriving. And again, that is the area that we are hoping. As I said, we have agreed on the exchanges between our TESDA, or the Technical Educational System, and the German Institute for Vocational Training. So that we hope will be a continuing effort, and that will be, I believe, an advantage to the Philippines because our workforce will be better trained, and it will be an advantage to Germany because we will now have a workforce that can contribute to the German economy as well.
Vielen Dank, Herr Bundeskanzler.
Thank you, Chancellor. You plan to visit China in spring, your second trip to China. What are your expectations? The last time you visited China, the Ukraine conflict was one of the focus areas of your visit. Do you have the hope, the expectation that China will be in a position to influence President Putin with regard to this conflict? And President Marcos, what are your expectations, or wishes to the Chancellor with regard to his upcoming trip to China. And a second question, if I may, regarding the cooperation in the defense area. You mentioned the training of the armed forces. Did you also speak about concrete arms projects? Did you express or address concrete wishes to the German side in that regard?
Second part of the question first. We did discuss the training, but we have not gone into the detail as to the procurement because the Philippines has just finished making its plans for the next stage of procurement for the armed forces. And once that is finalized, and I think that we will then be ready to offer that procurement schedule to Germany and to other countries, and hopefully we will find ways to help one another. As to the upcoming visits of the Chancellor, well, we can only wish that he is successful. We all would like to have a more peaceful situation, certainly in the Ukraine, but also in the South China Sea. Although it is not in the South China Sea, it is not outright war. What we are worried about are the increasing tensions that are happening. Ukraine, of course, is a continuing challenge that the whole world faces. It is not the interconnection of the global economy is such that such an occurrence, such a conflict, no matter how far away from the Philippines, does affect still the Philippines and the region. And so we hope for a good result for Chancellor Scholz's visit.
Der Besuch wird
Of course, the visit, as is the long tradition of such visits of my predecessors and the predecessors on the China side, will take place along the lines of those visits. We will pass and review the situation in the world, economic issues that are bilateral, but also economic issues that are international in nature. We will touch upon issues of resilience, because that is important to us too, especially because Germany does a lot to ensure that it is active and represented in many parts of the world, and that it has economic ties with as many countries in the world as possible, which we aim to further expand. Of course, regarding the dramatic issues of peace and war in the world, we talked about that during my last visit. Ukraine, you mentioned it. We will undoubtedly talk about this during my upcoming visit. We talked about the situation in the Indo-Pacific, the South China Sea, Taiwan Strait, all the things that play a part here, and we will undoubtedly talk about that. It would be peculiar if we were not to do so. Thank you for your attention.
The President of the Republic of the Philippines, His Excellency Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr.
Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Di kooperatiba ano bayagin ng seserbi, karang di Ilocano iti amyanan Luzon. Di kooperatiba manpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo, ken mangisakit kariti empleyado, ken miyembro na. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives, wano NSCC, ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayin met iti namayat alangin-langin, ken kooperasyon, dagiti miyembro, ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinagduroasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti nainayon ang kasbek, akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza, ken NSCC Business Center. Iso nga niya pelang ter orayem makikaptengkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Di Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives, suman na NSCC, imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Divina Kenny.
Paapo kaditi makayayo abuya iti uneg iti pagtaingam. Anya nga nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase iti silaw kada dita ti chandelier LED lights ken na dumapay. Kasabay karigiti agkakapintas a toilet bowl, wall claddings, stainless sa lababo, kastamenten na dumaduma ti klase na a tiles ken na dumapay a materyales agkasapulan ti pagbangon ti balay. Pasyaren ti AC Newborn Home and Builder Center. Nalawa ti showroom da, agkomportable kang agpili ti kayat mo a disenyo. Mabalin pa nga isuday ti magi-set up kadagiti katangin. Masarakan sa Rizal Street, Sulphur, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Imatmatunan na Mr. and Mrs. Alain Chan. Saanen ngagtaktak mapankan sa AC Newborn Home and Builder Center.
Ang init naman dito sa kotse mo, pare koy.
Sira na naman kasi yung aircon niya eh.
Sira na naman? Di ba kapapaayos mo lang kahapon? Pare, punta ka na kay Elmer Romero ng Romero's Car Aircon, a real air conditioning expert, 100% guarantee. Nakatipid ka na? Aircon mo, long life pa. Kaya punta na sa Romero's Car Aircon, the Denso Authorized Service Center with well-trained technician of Denso Philippines. Hindi lang basta aircon, Romero's Car Aircon. Located at National Highway, Balaling, and Agay, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. For information, call or text 0939-922-8485.
Aldaw kayo aming kailian, siya ni Jean Papier de Guzman, may isang legit and authorized distributor ni I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley ni Miss Maritani Fernandez nga nagkaputi Australia. Dating barley tayo kat 100% nga organic, kasama din na FDA approved, halal certified, ken adaan pa iti super brand seal. Dating of barley tinakatulong kani Miss Maritani Fernandez iti sakit na nga cancer, kati kumusan iti 22 years cancer-free isuna. Ni I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley tayo katandaan iti 68 micronutrients, karaman ng iti amino acids, enzymes, vitamins, and minerals. Isungan ang paspasar ka iti problema iti high blood, cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, kaya nadunga pa yung ananayan, ipada sa iti I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley, sigurado na makatulong tayo kayo iti sa lugar. Disclaimer na, tibarli tayo kat saan nga maaramat na pangagas, yung basket di, day tigat may salaang na alternatibo, nga mabalin na makatulong, kadagiti ang yaman nga an-anayan tayo. Tapno mapadas nyo iti visa ti I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley, mabalin nyo ti tumawag iti numero 0999-880-3995 or 0935-681-7229. Again, siya ni Jean Papier de Guzman, may isang legit and authorized distributor ti I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley from Australia.
Lisensya ba ang problema mo?
Yes,
Jaila Driving School ang puntahan mo.
I love it.
A driving school accredited by LTO. They offer TDC or Theoretical Driving Course. Kailangan ito para magkaroon ka ng Student Permit. PDC naman or Practical Driving Course para sa mga kumukuha ng mga non-prof or professional driver's license. Upgrading of Restriction Code. Ito naman para madagdagan ang klase ng sasakyan na pwede mong imaneho o di kaya ang Special Driving Course para para sa mga gustong matuto ng tamang pagdadrive ng motorsiklo, tricycle, four wheels, manual or automatic, at iba pa.
It's great to learn these.
Jaila Driving School. Garantisado ang serbisyo. Mababait at masisipag pa ang mga magtuturo sa inyo.
You got it right.
Kaya madali kang matuto.
Beautiful day.
Jaila Driving School with its main branch located along Quirino Boulevard, Barangay 9, Kuta, Vigan City. And soon, Sinait Branch located National Highway, Kalanutian, Sinait, Ilocos Sur. Enroll now at Jaila Driving School. Put the key in the ignition. Invest in driver's education. For inquiries, call 0966-981-0745 or 0922-867-4357 or visit their Facebook page, Jaila Driving School. Enroll now.
Welcome to JNC Resort of Kawayan is now open to serve you. One of the best and widest resort in the province of Ilocos Sur, where you can find the widest pavilion that can accommodate more than 1,000 people, that good for wedding, seminars, conferences, and others. Relax and enjoy with the bar. Picnic grounds, clean villas for family and friends. Cadena de Amor Music Lounge, Bamboo Kubo Hut, the best and clean swimming pool with slide, JNC Resort with widest parking area. What you are waiting for? Come relax and enjoy at JNC Resort of Kawayan, Don Lorenzo Kerovin, Kawayan, Ilocos Sur. For reservation, please contact cell phone number 0917-135-8977. JNC Resort of Kawayan at gmail.com. JNC Resort of Kawayan, owned and managed by JNC Resort of Kawayan Incorporated.
As the heritage province of the North reopens to tourists, it launches the all-new Tour Ilocos Sur app. A quick guide to Ilocos Sur at your fingertips. Find the best tourist spots. Hotels. Bars and restaurants. And authentic Ilocos Sur products and food. Be updated on upcoming events, plus get notified on the important announcements and updates. Available for global download on Android and iOS. The Tour Ilocos Sur app. Historical becomes digital.
Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives. Ti kooperatiba ano bayagin nga serbi kadang ti Ilocano iti amyanan a Luzon. Ti kooperatiba ang magpapaay ti serbisyo, benepisyo ken mangisakit kariti empleyado ken miyembro na. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives wano NSCC ket adon tinatulungan na. Babayan medit nga mayat alangin-langin ken kooperasyon dagiti miyembro ken mangimatmaton. Adon tinagduruasan ti kooperatiba. Adupay dagiti naynayon ang kasbek akas ti NSCC Farm, Chicharon Processing Facility, Macro Laboratory, kastameten ti NSCC Plaza ken NSCC Business Center. Isungan niya pelang ter orayem makikaptengkan iti kadakilan a kooperatiba iti probinsya. Ti Nueva Segovia Consortium of Cooperatives suman na NSCC. Imatmatunan na daytoy ni Dr. Gibina Kenny.
Rapaapo kaditi makayayo abuya iti uneg iti pagtaingam. Anyaman nagasapulam kas ti moderno a klase ti silaw kada ti chandelier LED lights ken dumapay. Kasabay kadagiti agkakapintas a toilet bowl, wall claddings, stainless sa lababo, kastamenten na dumaduma ti klase na a tiles ken dumapay a materyales agkasapulan ti pagbangon ti balay. Pasyaren ti AC Newborn Home and Builder Center. Nalawa ti showroom da, agkomportable kang agpili ti kayat mo a disenyo. Mabalin pa nga isuday ti magi-set up kadagiti gatangin nyo. Masarakan sa Rizal Street, Sulphur, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. Imatmatunan na Mr. and Mrs. Alain Chan. Saanen ngagtaktak mapankan sa JAC Newborn Home and Builders Center.
Ang init naman dito sa kotse mo, pare koy.
Sira na naman kasi yung aircon niya eh.
Sira na naman? Di ba kapapaayos mo lang kahapon? Pare, punta ka na kay Elmer Romero ng Romero's Car Aircon. A real air conditioning expert. 100% guarantee. Nakatipid ka na? Aircon mo, long life pa. Kaya punta na sa Romero's Car Aircon. The Denso Authorized Service Center with well-trained technician of Denso Philippines. Hindi lang basta aircon. Romero's Car Aircon. Located at National Highway, Balaling and Agay, Bantay, Ilocos Sur. For information, call or text 0939-922-8485.
Aldaw kayo aming kailian, siya ni Jean Papier de Guzman, may isang legit and authorized distributor ni I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley ni Miss Maritani Fernandez nga nagkaputi Australia. Dating barley tayo at 100% nga organic, kasama din na FDA approved, halal certified, ken adaan pa iti super brand seal. Dating ang barley tinakatulong kani Miss Maritani Fernandez, iti sakit na nga cancer, kat ikumusan iti 22 years cancer-free kisuna. Ni I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley tayo, katandaan iti 68 micronutrients, karaman na iti amino acids, enzymes, vitamins, and minerals. Isungan ang paspasal ka iti problema iti high blood, cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, kaya nadunga pa yung anan na yan, ipadas mo iti I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley, so sigurado na makatulong din kayo iti sa lugar. Disclaimer na, ti barley tayo, kat saan nga maaramat na pangagas, yung basket di, day tikat may salaang na alternatibo, nga mabalin na makatulong, kadagiti anyaman nga anan na yan tayo. Pag lumapadas nyo iti visa ti I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley, mabalin nyo iti tumawag iti numero 0999-880-3995 or 0935-681-7229. Again, siya ni Jean Papier de Guzman, may isang legit and authorized distributor ti I Am Amazing Pure Organic Barley from Australia.
Lisensya ba ang problema mo?
Yes,
Jaila Driving School ang puntahan mo.
I love it.
A driving school accredited by LTO. They offer TDC or Theoretical Driving Course. Kailangan ito para magkaroon ka ng Student Permit. PDC naman or Practical Driving Course para sa mga kumukuha ng mga non-prof or professional driver's license. Upgrading of Restriction Code. Ito naman para madagdagan ang klase ng sasakyan na pwede mong imaneho. O di kaya ang Special Driving Course para para sa mga gustong matuto ng tamang pagdadrive ng motorsiklo, tricycle, four wheels, manual or automatic, at iba pa.
It's great to learn these.
Jaila Driving School. Garantisado ang serbisyo. Mababait at masisipag pa ang mga magtuturo sa inyo.
You got it right.
Kaya madali kang matuto.
Beautiful day.
Jaila Driving School with its main branch located along Quirino Boulevard, Barangay 9, Kuta, Vigan City. And soon, Sinait Branch located National Highway, Kalanutian, Sinait, Ilocos Sur. Enroll now at Jaila Driving School. Put the key in the ignition. Invest in driver's education. For inquiries, call 0966-981-0745 or 0922-867-4357 or visit their Facebook page, Jaila Driving School. Enroll now.
Welcome to JNC Resort of Kawayan is now open to serve you. One of the best and widest resort in the province of Ilocos Sur, where you can find the widest pavilion that can accommodate more than 1,000 people. That good for wedding, seminars, conferences, and others. Relax and enjoy with the bar. Picnic grounds, clean villas for family and friends. Cadena de Amor Music Lounge, Bamboo Kubo Hut, the best and clean swimming pool with slide, JNC Resort with widest parking area. What you are waiting for? Come relax and enjoy at JNC Resort of Kawayan, Don Lorenzo Kerovin, Kawayan, Ilocos Sur. For reservation, please contact cell phone number 0917-135-8977. JNC Resort of Kawayan at gmail.com. JNC Resort of Kawayan, owned and managed by JNC Resort of Kawayan Incorporated.